Welcome to NERDVANA LI.
Listen, this is the first time it's happened to me. You know, it's never usually like this. But no, we're kidding.
Taking advantage of your shortcomings.
Absolutely, you know what I mean. So, welcome to the show, by the way.
Hello.
This is NERDVANA Long Island,
Hello.
if you can't see that right up there. Fourth episode, very, very exciting.
Season finale!
Yeah, man! After this, actually, we have an announcement. We're going to do that towards the end of the show.
Yeah, so get used to it while it's here.
I want to give a quick shout out to Could Be You, the show on before us, for absolutely glittering the table up. I'm going to be scraping glitter off of my amiibos for the next 3 weeks.
Love you, Chrissy.
Absolutely. So next, we got a lot to talk about today, man.
Yeah, so today's episode is about modern consoles and what the hell's going on with them.
Actually, before we do that, I just want to do our quick shout-outs. I want to shout out Video Game Trading Post. You can find them East Village Green, 11town 52 East Village Green.
The boys
yes,
with
absolutely.
the hookups and the girls with the hookups.
They are the best. They're some of my family. I love them very much. I want to give a shout out to Hudson Valley CBD. Rob, you are the man. I used your stuff today, actually, and my ankle has never felt better. Thank you
stuff
very,
feels
very
nice.
much. It feels very nice. I'm going to be turning into a CBD slug person at this point. So let's do this. Let's talk about modern consoles, man.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Placed in terms of we'll talk post E3. So Sony never showed up.
Yeah.
Microsoft just announced a bunch of crap, and the Switch won.
Yeah. Nintendo.
That's it.
Big
Show's
boy
over.
Nintendo won. That's it. All right, cut. Okay. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So in terms of news that's been coming out, everyone's been talking about Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes.
Game sales have gone up for Banjo-Kazooie in terms of since the announcement. More people are streaming him on Twitch, both Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah. And Banjo 3.
I want Banjo 3E, Kazoo 3. But yeah, man, I honestly really love how popular he's gotten because of this.
Yeah.
I think
excuse me,
okay,
it's the two of them.
My apologies.
You leave Kazooie out of this.
Well, I really like that because it's I feel like for him and Kazooie,
yeah.
They both have had two really good games that deserved way more attention than they got.
Absolutely.
And this announcement for them being in Smash, I think is just going to do wonders.
It revitalized Banjo and Kazooie.
Well, there are people even coming into, to my understanding, there have been people who are looking to go to video game places like Video Game Trading Post, for example, looking for Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
Like myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was actually just in there the other day. I wanted to pick up a copy of Banjo-Kazooie. They actually have, what's really cool is they're going to be having a re-release of a new release of what's called the Retron Ultimate. Retron is a company that reproduces all of these systems, all of the hardware that plays the NES cartridges, Genesis cartridges, Game Boy Advance cartridges, and they're doing something about they're doing something for the Nintendo 64, where it plays Nintendo 64 in HD, which is going to be very exciting. You can plug in your original N64 controllers, and it's just gonna be dope. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
They're doing Atari is actually doing the same thing.
Right.
Atari's making a new Atari.
Well, Atari did an Atari Classic. They did a
No, but they're doing a new system.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, they're doing a new system which is being funded, I think, through GoFundMe.
Let me guess. It's the Atari. Hold on, 7200 times 2.
I think it's like
14,400.
Chat, please correct me, but I think it's like the Atari CXS or something.
That's pretty cool.
Something like that. But it's gonna be interesting.
I kind of love that though.
Anyway, now, in terms of games that were announced, we went into all the announcements and we kind of touched on what we want to see, but like we never really like dove into it much. So I mean, I'll start with you. I mean, was there a game, I guess for E3 or what's going on currently that that's not going on currently? I mean, that you want to see, whether it be Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, something you want to see happen that hasn't been shown or talked about in a while.
Something that hasn't been shown. I want a new Star Fox game. Surprise, surprise. I think that we really kind of got gypped out of a new Star Fox.
Yeah, you did.
Because what was that? It was that like exploration game. It was kind of like
It's called Star Fox 0 out of 10.
No. There's something after that. There's like oh my God, Fox was DLC. You can plug the things on the Switch, like controllers. I don't know, man. I forgot the name of the game.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I sound very knowledgeable about it, clearly.
Starlink?
Starlink Battle for
Ryan.
Atlas. Thank you, Ryan. Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Ryan is our boot bopper that makes sure that we do things right.
That's our engineer. And our resident gap filler when it comes to information. So that's kind of what we got gypped out of a new Star Fox, because Fox was added as DLC.
Yeah.
And they have a whole storyline that branches out into Fox's world, into the Lilat system, and brings these new characters into the Lilat system, which I think is kind of cool.
Wow, they're actually doing lore?
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh my God.
But like, well, it's not lore. It's like Star Fox finds this planet, joins up with them, and they're like, "Oh crap, there's a problem in the Lilat system. My new friends can come and help me." You know? Yeah. So it's like that.
Okay. I mean, I know it was a big deal with them with Star Fox Zero to do literally everything that Star Fox 64 did, and then go backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a huge deal. It took 20 years to do?
Yeah, but like I think that like we should get a new Star Fox game. You know, even if it's like Assault. Star Fox Assault was really fun for me. A lot of people didn't like it. I think they should redo Star Fox Adventures.
They really General Skill!
Powers! So I think
that parrot kills me. Because he's just like, Fox is like, and then all of a sudden, his parents like, you have to shoot the tower to do the thing that's unnecessary.
Funny enough, we're talking about Rare games. That game was actually one of Rare's last Nintendo stints.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had fun with that. But yeah, that's basically what I want. That's basically what I want is a new Star Fox game. I really enjoy the franchise. I really have a lot of fun with it. And you know what? Who cares if it's like Star Fox 64 again? Who cares? All the Zelda games are pretty much the same, you know?
That's blasphemy.
No, it's not.
Shut your mouth.
It's not blasphemy.
Shut your mouth.
And up until Breath of the Wild, the beats were basically the same. They played very relatively the same. Just added new things.
Yeah, but they added new things.
Yes.
Star Fox Zero was like, let's make the planet shiny,
Yeah.
and then we'll go all the way there, and then we'll go backwards, game over.
No, but
no, it's dumb, it's stupid, it's ridiculous.
They added new ships.
It was a money grab.
It was a money grab, but they added a lot
Just like Hey Pikmin was a money grab.
Listen, just because you're salty about Hey Pikmin.
Which I will speak about the Pikmin series as my turn.
No, I think that it would be really fun if they re-explored the Star Fox franchise, because it's fun. It's just a mindless, fun game, you know?
I as I just alluded to, I'm going to go with Pikmin 4. And I'm going to say that because us as Pikmin fans have gotten gypped on literally every form of being gypped that there is. It's ridiculous. So in like 2015, Shigeru Miyamoto, who is, it's literally his prized possession, is Pikmin.
I thought it was oh no, that's
because his inspiration for it was his garden, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But like his prized possession, and it's like, okay, so Pikmin 4, guys, is like pretty much done. Get ready. And then like 2016 happened. It's like, I'm not able to comment on this time, but we're just saying it's in development. And then 2017's like, it's still progressing, but I still can't talk about it. And then 2018,
Crickets.
nothing. And then 2019, I mean, we have the later half, but I mean, I don't think so. Nothing. And that's BS on every level.
Well,
It really is.
I think they were really kind of funneling all the time and energy into putting out all these new projects. They needed to blast, like, Xbox and Sony out of the water for E3, which they did.
Well, sure, but
You
like at the
know?
same time, it's like Pikmin is a series that was like it was a really popular series. Like it was really popular.
Right.
And the problem is that I think with the reaction to Hey Pikmin, which if anybody doesn't know what that piece of garbage is, it's a 2D Pikmin game on the 3DS, and like the proportions are horrible, the game is terrible, everything about it is literally the worst. So we don't even consider it a Pikmin game in the Pikmin community. But like, I mean, if you look at what each game brought to the table, and then you have Hey Pikmin, it's like Dopey with a crayon in his nose in comparison. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. But Pikmin 4 is like, they had it ready. They had it ready, and it was probably going to be for the Wii U, and they're like, oh my god, there's a Switch coming. And like they had to fix that.
Yeah.
So like,
well, that's probably what they're doing, is they're probably just trying to rework it completely.
No, you know what
Switch.
it is? You know what it is too? Is they also, they said it. Miyamoto said that he was prioritizing. Like Nintendo was prioritizing other things, like you were saying, to get ahead of the curve. So for example, Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey were top of the list, have to be there. But like, and he's like, well, hopefully we'll see Pikmin on that priority list relatively soon. And it's like, well, I mean, it's been how long now?
I feel like, unfortunately, you know,
Luigi's Mansion 3 is not necessary and should not be made. I'm gonna say it flat out right there.
I know.
Pikmin 4 takes priority.
No,
I'm sorry.
but
over
listen,
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Listen, the only reason I'm saying no to that is because it's not that I disagree with you. I don't think that Pikmin 4 would have gathered as much love and, you know, excitement.
Yes, it would.
I don't think so.
Because they're lovable creatures that you can throw and
I know they are, but not enough
and
people loved it as much as Luigi's Mansion. You know? I really no.
That's a lie.
How?
The only reason they loved it more with the first Luigi's Mansion is because of the fact that it was a launch title.
Yeah.
And Pikmin 1 was an experiment. Everyone was like, oh my god, this requires intellect. Yeah. Like, Pikmin is a game about being smart.
It's like dude, it's like Fire Emblem.
It's literally the way it was described to me is like with Pikmin 3, for example, and like the go here function, it's like the same feeling when you like, or even no, Pikmin 1, when you get like 3 treasures in one day, like you can get 1, and 1's cool. You can get 2 in one day, it's like, all right, you're pretty badass. But you get 3. 3 is like, I saw on a YouTube video, getting 3 or more treasures in one day is like putting down money on a mortgage, getting married, getting a promotion, and going on vacation all within the same day. Yeah. Like it's ultimate euphoria. Yeah. And those games 1, 2, and 3, they all had their different quirks and their pros and cons, but I mean, those are exciting games. And Pikmin 3, a lot of people were like, yeah, it's a money grab or whatever, but it really blended, just like Luigi's Mansion 3 does for the 2 before it. It really blends the 2 games together.
All right, so you know what? We're going to take a break. We actually have a guest coming on in just a little bit. So
yeah, we're going to continue our conversation about this, and your hint is this, and that's it.
So make sure, those of you on the live, you're not going to see our commercials, but support our guys anyway. So, cut to commercial!
Hudson Valley CBD. All natural cannabis oil trusted by athletes for focus, recovery, and pain management. Perfect for everyday management of anxiety, insomnia, inflammation, and overall health. All the medicinal benefits of cannabis without the high. Use promo code NERD for 20% off to find out why thousands of people trust Hudson Valley CBD as their trusted CBD brand. That's promo code NERD, N-E-R-D, for 20% off.
Oh, you haven't left yet? Welcome back.
I almost did.
I know.
Welcome back to Nirvana LI, where I'd like to bring on a special guest. So the person that
Excuse me, we would like to bring on a special guest?
I would like to include you in bringing on our special guest.
Don't hit his
Sorry,
head.
sorry, a little narcissistic.
Yeah.
So he designed our logo.
Yes, he did.
He's a cool kid. He plays video games like us, and I know him because of video games, and he knows him because of me.
Yeah.
So
And because I
let's
play video games.
let's bring on our boy Tony.
Tony, come
Lupo.
on in here. That was so much dumber than I thought it was going to be.
That came out even better than I thought it would.
That was so
freaking
dumb.
sit in the chair.
That was... What? Okay.
Okay.
I've officially lost control, people.
You never
right.
had control, Colton.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's nice
Hi.
nice to have you here.
It is nice to be here.
We have questions.
Yeah.
I hope I have answers.
Where were you on the night of the 16th?
What is it today?
That's what I would answer.
Probably in bed.
All right.
So I think the first question that we would usually ask our guests is how like how big are you into the video game world?
Fairly. On a scale of 1 to 10, probably like an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are your favorites?
You know what my favorite is. My
but they
absolute
don't.
favorite of all time is Shadow of the Colossus. If no one has ever played that, it is a
Yeah,
friggin'
it's a
masterpiece of
beautiful
a game. Some of the best artwork I've ever seen, and you could probably attest to some of the best music.
What'd you think
in
of
any game.
What'd you think of the remake?
Which one? They
the-
remade it for the PS. Well, they remastered it for the PS3, and then they completely redid the whole thing for the PS4.
PS4 one, obviously.
The PS4
you got one. Right in
one.
front of you.
Yeah, that is true. PlayStation 4. It is incredible. First of all, the first game wasn't. It was amazing, but it ran at like 15 frames a second, which is like.
It was kind of garbagey, but like by today's standards.
It was ahead of its time.
Of course.
When it came out in 2005.
But like, did you see how big the game was? To run a game like that in 2005
so
is nothing
intensive.
short of a miracle.
Oh, it's
So-
even at the time graphically intense.
It was like GoldenEye.
incredible.
You know, GoldenEye looked like a movie when it came
Oh,
out. but
it was so. And these giant mountain creatures that you
Yeah.
have to fight. It was probably quite a task.
It's a really
with
fun
that.
game. Holden, I don't know if you've played it, but
Adam Sandler's favorite game, Reign Over Me. That
oh.
whole movie, all he's doing is playing Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh,
It's
really?
Like an hour and a half of sad Adam Sandler going, Shadow of the Colossus. It's just him and Don Cheadle playing the game.
I love it so much that I had to get a tattoo of it.
Our next guest is Adam Sandler. No, just could you imagine?
Yeah. Okay. So you said you had a tattoo of it. You want to
Yes.
show it?
So it's the
Okay.
it's the weak point. Oh wow, I'm white. I looked at the screen and oh my god.
You got a sick
man.
farmer's tan there, buddy.
So if you don't know what that symbol is, it is you have to find this point on the colossi with you have to like shine your sword and you find the weak point. You have to climb on them like a mountain and stab it to kill them.
So naturally, we're gonna find a tiny like cockroach-sized person like climbing you and just
Yes.
trying to stab you to
Yeah,
death.
if
stab
I
you
just
with a
if I
needle.
just fall on the floor, you'll know what happened to me.
All right, sounds
man.
good. Well, yeah, no, dude. Give us another few of your favorites. We've actually played a bunch of games together. We ran through a game called Cuphead and Mugman together.
Oh my god,
And
I saw you
actually,
talk about that on one of the earlier episodes of the show.
By we running through it, I mean Marlon ran through it at 2 in the morning and was just like. He got to the point. I have never seen him as angry as I saw him.
Yes, you
that
have.
day.
I've
No, I
seen
have
I've
not.
seen him that angry, but
I've
he was
never
up there.
seen you that angry.
He was basically ready to throw the controller at the screen.
Yeah, and Tony and I were just
Dying.
crying. It was
You know what
dying.
it was too is that I play that game on expert. Like I've beaten every boss without even getting touched.
He's disgusting in
and
Cuphead.
I
by the
played
way.
on normal. to get through the game, and I realized that was a stupid idea. Because you have to go through like the rest of there's
You have to
like
beat it on a
scrolling
certain difficulty,
there's
right?
scrolling missions too.
Yeah.
Like there's actual like missions besides boss fights. And I'm sitting there like, are you kidding me? Because the devil takes forever. Like if you don't get the right pattern, it takes forever, and you want to shoot yourself.
Well, because it's also something that I like to refer to as the camera curse.
I was going to say camera curse.
And you referred to that
Of
when
course.
we were
when
playing that.
When I play Star Fox 64, I can do it blindfolded, and I can get it
I can
perfect
attest to that.
blindfolded.
I can attest to that.
Like he's
He's
seen me do
insane.
it, and the second the camera goes on, I die in the first level. I'm like, I haven't died in this game.
Oh my god, the reaction
since
was hysterical.
Since 1999, I haven't died in Star Fox 64.
I had to say though, like the way it looked is like you're playing, and I'm sitting next to you and you're talking, we're doing the Let's Play and whatever, and you're just like, nope, and like you like restarted immediately. It was hysterical.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. So if you're deciding to do Let's Plays out there, no matter how good you are,
You're not going to be that good on camera.
the immediate second you turn the camera on, all of that goes away, and
No
you
more
become, yeah, that's it. It's all luck.
The only way to get used to it is like stream on Twitch, where you can it just runs for like 8 hours.
Which
and you're like,
might
okay,
not
this
be
is
a
done.
bad idea for us now that I think about it.
So, Mr. Tony, Mr. Anthony.
Yes,
Now, in terms of the video game world, you're hearing a lot about, like, for example, Project Scarlet was announced. Obviously, the PS5.
Yes, actually,
is going
give a
down.
quick shout out, by the way, to my buddy Garrett Wiener he's messaging us on Facebook. He's talking about the PS5 Xbox Scarlet, going to be coming out to compete with the Switch. Shout out to you, Garrett. Thank you so much. Timothy Tim also, and all of my Instagram Live watchers right now.
I love you all.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. You just guys, everyone's been supporting me. I want to give a quick shout out to all my friends at the end of the show, but we'll do that.
So what they're coming out with, they're doing Project Scarlet. You got PS5, and then a better hardware version of the Switch.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Honestly, like based on like how everybody's going about it.
Well, Project Scarlet and the PS5 are going to very much appeal to PC game enthusiasts. Maybe not. They're going to probably stick to their PCs because they could build a monster PC for.
Yeah, I mean,
a
Xbox
lot of
Scarlet's
money.
going to be chump change compared to what PCs can
Yeah.
already do.
But it's going to be a huge step up compared to like the Xbox One
now,
X.
I have a question about the Scarlet. You know, they said that they're going to be doing 8K games. You know,
At 120 hertz.
right now here's my issue with that. I was talking with our next guest, by the way, about what the difference between 4K and 8K is really going to do for media. And I really don't think it's going to do a lot because
It's not.
You know,
It's not.
like unless you're playing it on
Not for the average person because you
like,
need
if
an
you're not
8K
playing-
TV.
Yeah, if you need an 8K TV, and you're not going to notice the difference between an 8K TV and a 4K TV unless you're playing it on a screen that's the
Massive.
size of a drive-in movie.
Yes.
You know, like it's.
And there's only one real commercial 8K TV. I know it's Samsung. I don't know what it's called. It's super flat and it's like a 70-inch TV.
Exactly, and even then you
And
don't
it's
really
like
notice a difference.
$9,000 for
Exactly,
that TV. So
you
I
don't
don't
really
think
notice a difference.
Still cheaper than a new Apple computer.
I think, yeah, especially considering when you add the stand to it. Is that not the dumbest thing?
Those crooks.
Oh
That
my
is the
God.
Thank you,
dumbest. I saw.
Yeah, but both of you have your MacBook Pros out.
Listen,
here.
but
we need it.
This is a complete package.
'Cause we
all
need
right,
it.
this is fine.
We don't need a
Um,
stand. Well, I mean,
Exactly.
maybe.
Like I can
I
make one.
still think it's incredible though that they can even remotely get 8K gaming out
Yeah.
of a console.
Of course, but like that's all hardware, and you know, I really do think that this 8K thing is going to be a gimmick and nothing else.
It's not really
know.
necessary, as you said. You need
Yeah.
a TV the size
dude,
of your entire wall.
It's going to be like 3D TV. That
Yeah.
died out real quick. I have a 3D TV at my house.
I'm
you
just
know,
waiting for
like,
Microsoft to start incorporating VR. Like
That
Sony has
that would
VR.
be great. That would be excellent.
I think the thing that Microsoft has going for them though is their streaming service.
Yeah.
You can stream. For those of you who don't know, what's it called? CloudX?
Yeah, there's CloudX, and then there's Ultimate Game Pass. It's like Xbox Game Pass is essentially like
Which sounds
like,
incredible, by the way.
Yeah, they're both kind of streaming services. One is like almost like Blockbuster rent a game, and the other one is like a streaming like internet service.
But you're going to be able to basically, I don't know if you're going to have your Xbox on or not for this, but there's already something out there called OneCast, which you can have your Xbox on and streaming to any other device that you have OneCast running on. So you could literally have like OneCast running on your laptop and connected to your Xbox, and you could stream the video and audio to your laptop and play it with your controller on your computer.
That's insane.
And Microsoft is going to incorporate their own basically native version of that onto the new Xbox, and you can stream it to like your phone.
Which should hopefully be better.
I don't know how well it's going to work for any games with like minute little detail. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that on something that's like 5 inches across, but
I mean,
it's still cool that they're trying to do that.
Yeah.
I don't see Sony trying to do anything like that right now.
Well, because Sony's kind of just.
Sony's waiting for the knockout
Yeah,
punch.
I'm gonna be the jerk here and go. Sony's just focusing on their actual games.
They are.
You know?
Yes.
Like,
I mean,
you know?
Halo
I mean,
does
they're
have
also
Halo.
focusing on the console,
I mean, of
too.
course they are, but
But,
like Sony's like, yeah, Xbox is doing all this gimmick. Xbox is doing the Sega thing. You know, Xbox is doing the Sega thing. Sony's doing the
because
Nintendo
they
thing.
also they gave their like major titles and pretty much everybody really the platform of like what the Xbox like Scarlet can do. So it's like you can build your game around this. It needs to have as much space as you need because this thing can run it. So if you want to put more into it, you can. And for example, like Halo with 343 Industries, they created an engine solely to do that called Slipspace Engine. Like the
That's the
trailer,
name of it?
yeah,
That's awesome.
The trailer that ran at E3 is the first cutscene of the game.
Which looks gorgeous, by
That's
the way.
that's it.
The textures
And
on his hand, oh my god, it's gorgeous.
it's ridiculous.
looking. Oh,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
graphics just keep getting more and
Now,
more
the interesting
insane.
thing too is also the Switch is they're making like a more like stacked hardware version of it because of games like, for example, with Witcher 3 coming to the Switch. This
Witcher
Switch,
3 is coming to the Switch.
yeah,
Oh
this
my god.
this
So
Switch,
it's going to be.
yeah.
It's actually being re-released as Switcher 3, and
Nice pun.
If you played
you
it
imagine?
on, if you played it on this Switch, according to I guess reviewers and whatever, they say that that Witcher 3 or Switcher 3 runs at 540p.
Don't call it
which
540p
is
is garbage.
540p, which is not great. So if you just take what makes this great and change the hardware for better hardware, it can run better. At least at 720.
yeah.
They pretty much made the engine to work with Breath of the Wild.
Of course, but like when you think about it, like you have a screen this size, not too much bigger than a mobile phone. You're not really going to notice a difference of 1080p and 540p on this.
You might.
You
I don't
might.
know. Maybe
I don't.
maybe 720p and 1080p.
Well, you know what?
but-
Get The Witcher 3, and we'll figure it out. But they put a
It
side.
just looks like the Nintendo 64.
They put a side by side
Yeah.
between like Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch of running Witcher 3, and there was a very clear difference.
I'm
Yeah,
shocked that they
so-
can even get Skyrim onto that thing, honestly.
It's-
My girlfriend has Skyrim on the Switch, and I saw it, and I thought it was going to look like absolute garbage. But it actually looks pretty good.
Dude, if
I
they
was
can
not
fit it
expecting
on
it to look
smart
that good.
refrigerators, and
Especially when
smart
you hook it up to
toasters,
the thing,
like-
when you
They put
the
Cuphead
cradle.
in the Tesla. Come on. Yeah. Okay,
That's
we gotta go.
insane.
So
Yeah.
last
Oh,
question. Last
yeah,
question.
Quickly, because then we got to tease
Okay.
who's coming up.
Okay. Last question is, out of everything that was shown at E3, everything shown at E3, what are you looking forward to the most, and why?
Probably Project Scarlet.
Okay.
Mainly because just the sheer power of this. Like, first of all, the Xbox One X is already the most powerful console in the world right now, and this is going to be 4 times more powerful than that. For all you PC gaming enthusiasts, it's literally going to have the same CPU power as a AMD Ryzen 2700X, which
Which is gross.
is like kind of the holy grail of like a processor for your big gaming behemoth.
Yeah, but I
PC.
think by then more processors will come out by the
yeah.
time the Scarlet comes out and make the Scarlet look like nothing.
Oh yeah, well, with how
and
technology
the console
constantly
war will
advances.
continue.
Of course, and PC will always be on top. It'll be far more expensive. Okay, anyway. Next, I want to tease our next guest. He is a very legendary man. He has an entire New York City block named after him.
That's right, he does.
Yes, he's my mentor. He's my boss, and he's
And my new friend.
He's very, very, very important in music, in history, and you're going to meet him after this. Brian, cut the commercial.
Hudson Valley CBD. All natural cannabis oil trusted by athletes for focus, recovery, and pain management. Perfect for everyday management of anxiety, insomnia, inflammation, and overall health. All the medicinal benefits of cannabis without the high. Use promo code NERD for 20% off to find out why thousands of people trust Hudson Valley CBD as their trusted CBD brand. That's promo code NERD, N-E-R-D, for 20% off.
Hi, my name's Anthony. I'm with Mission Nutrition. We have 2 stores located in Hicksville and Huntington Village. We were established in 2015 by myself and my brother. We kind of are a hybrid supplement store / nutrition store where we focus on a lot of groceries so people can hit their specific diet, whether it's vegan, paleo, ketogenic. Definitely give us a follow on Instagram at It's Mission Nutrition. And definitely come on down to the stores and check us out, see what we're about.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I don't work here, but I found this shirt in the back. Come on, let me show you something. So this is Video Game Trading Post. It's at 52 East Village Green in Levittown, right across from the 7-Eleven. Now, take a look at all of this stuff. Look at all these video games. Anything from the 70s to now. Anything from the Atari to the Switch, you're gonna find it right here in this store. Accessories, games, and all this other stuff that you see, this would have been in the dumpster if not in the store. But now, they're on the shelves where they belong. All these classic and beautiful things. Also, this store does something really cool. You know those old GameCube games that you probably left to your cat and, well, speaking from experience, none of them work anymore because it doesn't read anything anymore. This thing right here, this will fix that for you. What other store does that? You just press, oh! Video Game Trading Post is one of the coolest places on Long Island because it's good for collectors too. If you're a collector of video games or if you want to start collecting video games, you can get inbox options here and really high quality stuff. Let me show you something here. Look at this inbox Nintendo 64 from Japan. Look at that. This is awesome. It's a beautiful, beautiful product, and I would buy this to start a collection. You kidding me? Now, what am I gonna put this over here, if you don't mind. So, Video Game Trading Post, 52 East Village Green in Levittown. Make sure you come here, tell your friends about it. It's a great place. Cheese it! All right. Welcome to NERDVANA Long Island.
Hello.
The interview series. It's incredible that we're finally at this point. 3rd episode, right?
Yeah, for real. Well, 4th.
4th, whatever episode. I don't
It'll
keep
air
track
when it
anymore.
airs.
Absolutely. All right. So, with us today, we have a legend. A legend of his voice, a legend of the air, a New York institution.
I won!
There he is!
Oh, that's it.
The legendary Cousin Brucey. Cuz, you alright?
Hello. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second.
Alright, hold on one.
Who the heck is this Johnny G from Florida? He beat me again.
Wow. Surprised people use their real names on this
Yeah,
thing anymore.
Frustrating. Frustrating.
So,
Just stick with fork or something.
yeah, absolutely. So, welcome to the show, Cuz.
Well, thank you. Good to be here. Mr. Colton, Mr. Marlin.
I am
Love being
so-
with you. I enjoy what you guys do, and I have no idea of these devices drive me crazy. I mean, it's better than me carrying a pinball machine up to my living room, which I did.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a real pinball machine, right? So things have changed a little bit.
Absolutely.
For the better, it seems.
Now, I actually wanted to know.
Maybe we'll discuss that.
Yes, please.
50.
You know,
50.
maybe we'll discuss. All right, I'll give you 50, 60, 40.
Okay.
Now, I had a quick question for you. So, you've been in the public spotlight for quite a while now, and I wanted to know what video games were like back in like the 70s and the 80s. You know,
19, but you please qualify
yes,
that.
19.
You know, people, these wise kids, You know, I was waiting for. You know,
Especially, yeah.
what was it like in the 1870s?
Not quite Marconi,
no.
but
He meant
When
70
I was a
AD.
kid, obviously our entertainment was the great. We'd wait for our dads and moms to take us down to the penny arcade in Coney Island or somewhere else. That was a big thrill. That was the weekend. And the idea of going with a bunch of nickels in those days. You know what a nickel is, guys?
Yes.
Little round thing with a buffalo or something on it. And we used to play ski ball. But the most fun was these video games. Now, it wasn't electronic. They had, everything was, done natural. Yeah, there was no electronics or no digital stuff. And my favorite game, besides skee ball, because I'd spend $40-50 in my dad's hard-earned money, and I'd get tickets, and you hit, you throw the ball up the
That was my
the
favorite
thing, and
game.
you go boing, boing. Oh, it still is great, simple, right? So at the end of the day, I spent $40, and I get a tin whistle. It might have cost minus 30 cents.
But you earned that whistle.
Didn't matter. That's right. It was the greatest thing. I mean, what a gift that was. It really was. But I think the game that I love the most, which is very similar to what you're showing and what you do on your show, but of course it was analog, extremely analog, was this game I call Torpedo. Torpedo. Now, I'm going to put an asterisk because we're going to discuss this, but then after the discussion, I have to say something very serious that I had a realization today about this game and about a lot of the games that I see you guys show on your show, with hand grenades and guns. And I like when bunnies or the Beatles, which I got very involved in the Beatle pinball machine, when you rack up scores.
Right.
Nobody's throwing hand grenades or blowing up the world. Right, which to me is very important, ethics. We'll discuss that. But there was a game that I loved so much called Torpedo. It was a big box, right? And I was a little kid. This thing, it was real. And you'd look at a periscope opening, like that, a little periscope opening, and you'd watch ships, tankers go by on the screen. And you put your hands on the periscope, you'd turn it, and you'd line up the sight, the crosshairs in the thing, and there it goes, and you see a tanker, and you go, and you hear like that. And if you were lucky, or maybe unlucky, you'd hear, not loud, and you see in the periscope a ship go down. I couldn't wait to play that game. But I got to tell you guys, in retrospect, years later, and watching what's going on today.
Yeah, that's something we were going to ask you.
Yeah, this is very important, though. But I love the game, I must tell you. And I would give anything to have that one, not a digital one. I want the old-fashioned analog guy to crank up or something. It was wonderful, and it worked great every time. I think it was a nickel a game or something. And you'd keep score. Analog score would go around, and you'd do well. How many tons it was tons you sank. Now, the question is ethics, morality, humanity, right? I love electronics. Colton, we and I work together. I love the latest devices. I own a lot of them, right? But what I question is what I see on TV, what I see with the games today when I go to an arcade, that it's damage. It's people getting hurt. So I started thinking, I was sinking all those ships, and I got to be reasonably good at it, because after a couple dollars worth, you learn how to time the torpedo, so when the boat's coming, you fire a little bit for, and then bam-o, you
get
got
a lot of practice.
Then I realized, wait a minute, today there were human beings on that ship. There were people, there were sailors, innocent people, and here I am, sinking these things, having a good time, but without thinking. So here's my query and my message. These games, which are magnificent mathematically, I mean, the mathematics that go into these games today, the technology, oh my gosh, on the screens you see these things, you can put them on your TV set at home, my 4K TV set. It's real. It's a little too real. So my question is, would I want my grandkids or my children playing this game of disaster and murder and killing? I don't think so. I don't think so. It concerns me. I know you're going to say, it's the bad guys.
Right.
It's the bad guys. I don't know about that. I don't know. We don't know about that. But what it's doing is giving a message. and maybe they don't think about it like I did when I was sinking tonnage, right? I just hope the message is there, and really people realize that this is reasonably make-believe. But I'm just wondering if we go, we can get back to the flowers. And there's a game I play on my X phone, my 10 phone, Secret Village or something, and I got to go into a village. And it's harmless.
Yeah.
Nobody gets hurt. You blow up a couple things, but nobody gets hurt. You have to find. I love the one where you have to find what's hidden in the room. These are harmless, and they're very, very great for the brain, and they give you some thought. I just want to think that the games today should have more intellectual and fun, but intellectually hidden, but have a lot of fun. Because the technology is amazing, what you guys show. I can't believe it. I mean, the mathematics and science that goes with it. Anyway, that's my message. I love my torpedo game, but I'm thinking about if I wanted my kids playing that today. I don't think so.
You bring up a fantastic point, because I think about this all the time, that the point of a video game is to take you away from reality. And I feel like a lot of video games are encroaching too far into reality. Like the games that I play, I'm going around killing dragons. I'm going around like killing giant fantasy creatures and exploring forests.
Okay, I go for that. I really do.
Exactly. But it's not... It's a clear wall between what's being played and what's in the real world. With games like Call of Duty, with games like Fortnite, Battlefield, even to some degree Halo, but like Halo's aliens. That's different.
It's aliens versus humans, but at the same time, to Bruce's point, is that you're only being told one side, except for Halo 2, where you hear both sides of the coin.
And then they both come together, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so where does fantasy end? Where does reality begin?
Right.
And young people today, I mean, we have so much problems in this world. And video games are so much part of our DNA today.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you go. And everybody's waiting in line for the latest device and things like that, which are coming out every single day, it seems. So I just wish that there would be more ethics when they produce these things, when they come up with the mathematics. Say, hey, what about these 10-year-old, 11-year-olds? What are we teaching them, right? It's wonderful. But the thing is, it's so real. Right. I look at some of these things today, they don't look animated.
I think, it would be a really smart thing to do, because I personally am under the influence that, video games never... Even I played all those games when I was younger, all the big real shooting games, but never once in my life has the thought crossed my mind of doing something like that.
That's right.
But there are people who are less mentally stable and who can latch onto something like that as an instruction guide.
It's an escape.
It's an escape. And, but it's also like, it's a case-by-case basis. And I think it would do well. It would just be a little bit of code to put in the beginning of these games. This is a fantasy game. Remember that. Something like that. Just a disclaimer,
Like a do not attempt almost.
Don't try this at home. Whatever happened to that?
Well, that's what's so good about like Nintendo, and they've been around for decades and decades.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, not only is it very clear that most of the games that come out of Nintendo are, unreal, they're fantasy, but it's also like the same degree of like, for example, Mario, you hop around a place, you squish a turtle, or some random mushroom thing, you call it a day.
It's all bright.
And it's not like the shell is breaking or anything.
But what's the game that you got to hop over trucks and trains coming?
Frogger.
Yeah, my kids play. It's fun. It frustrates me because I just don't have the thumbs and the fingers and the brain. And these kids go to it. I think it's great. I think it's great mentally. I think it's great intellectually. I think it's great, just biologically to get into these games. But I'm glad you said that. I just really wish that the people would give some thought to what's happening. Our world, when cousin Brucey was in his neighborhood at Coney Island and playing torpedo, the world was very different, right? We didn't have any idea that anybody was on those ships. It was just a fun escape.
Right, and I don't think most people
But now
nowadays
today, the world, your world that you live in. Our generation screwed up this world. We handed you something, right? We handed you something. Now it's in your hands, and you're going to be handing the next generation something. So it's a very big responsibility to take right now, and to make sure these games, right, show the difference between reality and fantasy. Like I
Yes.
said, that's important.
There needs to be a clear window.
I'm glad I did. And now what I'd like to do is go back to my torpedo game. And okay, I'm gonna go. Here we are. Marlon, chewing. Come, ching ching. Got him. I scored 50 points. What do I get?
And we're done.
I think that's a good ending.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Alrighty.
Really,
That
thank
was
you
awesome.
Thank you for that.
Oh, my
That was
pleasure.
awesome.
Nice job.
How you probably stiff.
Yeah, my hands are. Yeah.
Oh my God!
right,
oh,
Tom?
No,
oh my
I'm
God!
good.
I'm a tripod.
Hi, my name's Anthony. I'm with Mission Nutrition. We have 2 stores located in Hicksville and Huntington Village. We were established in 2015 by myself and my brother. We kind of are a hybrid supplement store / nutrition store where we focus on a lot of groceries so people can hit their specific diet, whether it's vegan, paleo, ketogenic. Definitely give us a follow on Instagram at It's Mission Nutrition, and definitely come on down to the stores and check us out, see what we're about.
Me llaman Dan Pablo y hace más de 20 años me enamoré de una colombiana. Viajé a su país y conocí un estilo de café muy distinto, muy especial. Ahora tostamos cafés excelentes, con alturas y microclimas diferentes, resultado en una taza muy compleja y muy rica. Un sabor nuevo en el mundo. Fue un éxito. And I even got to keep the girl.
Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. I don't work here, but I found this shirt in the back. Come on, let me show you something. So, this is Video Game Trading Post. It's at 52 East Village Green in Levittown, right across from the 7-Eleven. Now, take a look at all of this stuff. Look at all these video games. Anything from the 70s to now. Anything from the Atari to the Switch, you're gonna find it right here in this store. Accessories, games, and all this other stuff that you see, this would have been in the dumpster, if not in the store. But now, they're on the shelves where they belong. All these classic and beautiful things. Also, this store does something really cool. You know those old GameCube games that you probably left to your cat and, well, speaking from experience, none of them work anymore because it doesn't read anything anymore. This thing right here, this will fix that for you. What other store does that? You just press, oh! Video Game Trading Post is one of the coolest places on Long Island because it's good for collectors too. If you're a collector of video games, or if you want to start collecting video games, you can get inbox options here and really high quality stuff. Let me show you something here. Look at this inbox Nintendo 64 from Japan. Look at that. This is awesome. It's a beautiful, beautiful product, and I would buy this to start a collection. You kidding me? Now, what am I gonna put this over here, if you don't mind. So, Video Game Trading Post, 52 East Village Green in Levittown. Make sure you come here, tell your friends about it. It's a great place.
Who are you?
Cheese it! Welcome back to NERDVANA
Welcome
LI.
back. So before anything, I want to give a quick shout out to a buddy of mine. This is my buddy Jack Cooper. He's an incredible artist. I work with him on a couple of songs, 4 actually, for this project. It is called Summer Playlist. It comes out, according to him, tomorrow. And the 4 songs I produced are called Love or Love, Coachella, Listen, and what is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember right now. My Girl. That's what it is.
Boom, boom,
My
boom.
Girl.
Boom, boom, boom.
So those 4 songs are done by me. Check out the album. It's honestly, I've heard it. It's fantastic. It comes out tomorrow on all streaming services on June 26th.
Awesome. Now put that logo back up there where they need to know what they're listening to.
Yeah, slap it back. There it is.
Yeah, awesome. All right. So let's talk, Marlon.
Okay.
We got about 10 minutes left.
So here's the deal.
10 minutes left in NERDVANA.
Our season finale.
Oh my god.
And we're done.
Oh my god.
We're done.
I don't know, man.
We're not coming back. No, but in terms of how the video game world is going, I really like how it's going because Nintendo is now competitive. I really like how they're getting back into the game.
Yeah.
And like the PS4 and the Xbox are both competing on the same platform again, where it was more so like PS4 and Xbox was the slow kid looking for the ice cream truck.
Yeah,
like so fat
Nintendo was doing Nintendo was doing their own thing, but now like Nintendo's a viable competitor again, and it's really cool because Nintendo being a viable competitor with their unbelievable library of like original content, now Nintendo and Sony got to work together and like kind of overpower that, you know, which I think that's really cool. Yeah, did I say Nintendo and Sony?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sony and Xbox need to work like not only against each other now, but against Nintendo's super overpowering.
I'm waiting desperately for Banjo-Kazooie 3.
It's going to be Banjo 3E, thank you.
That's dumb.
Well, 2E is also
Rare,
dumb
that's
too.
dumb.
It's cute, it's fun.
Now, I mean, the one thing I got to say about Nintendo, which is like the game looks okay, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Okay, quick question, or quick thing, actually. I was watching a video about that earlier today. I am not as excited for it as I was. They're not including the National Pokedex, and they basically have said that if they had more time and resources to do it, then they would, but they don't. Now, here's the thing.
They can delay the game.
Of course they can, but they're not going to.
That's on them.
But essentially what they're trying to do is Game Freak is being pushed out of the Pokemon Company, and Niantic is kind of... No, not good! Niantic is muscling their way in because Pokemon Go made 5% revenue of the entire Pokemon Company's existence in 3 years. So that's an unbelievable amount of money for them. So obviously they're going to be geared more towards mobile games and Pokemon Go style games.
Well, yeah, but once they get a platform, they're gonna do infinitely better. I mean, everyone has a problem with Niantic right now with how Pokemon Go's been going. I mean, I know there are people that still play it, and I'm glad you enjoy it. But I mean, they did some stuff throughout the course of like I would say the first like 2 years that like kind of drew me away at least.
It killed
most
the game.
People.
It killed the game. And you know what? I really was hyped about this game. I'm still going to buy it because I love the Pokemon franchise. And obviously, this is a game that's open for updates and open for further development once the game comes out. You know, so it's not going to be the end of the world if they say the National Pokedex won't be there, because who's to say it won't ever be there, you know? So that's the beauty of games today, you know, just because something isn't in it at launch doesn't mean it won't be in it later. And
It's true.
I think that's a really great thing about games today.
It's true. At the same time, if they're going to do that for something like, for example, DLC, that's not fair to the player.
I mean,
unless they make it free
Yeah,
content.
unless they make it free DLC, which is great. And that's another thing I think game developers should be doing is free DLC because, you know, it's great.
Avengers is doing it. Avengers is like every new map and playable character, regardless, is coming free of charge.
Halo did that with Spartan Ops.
Yeah.
You know, and like
I mean, they made some stuff more difficult to obtain.
Yeah,
but I
it
mean,
was still free.
Yeah, but like for example, one of the coolest armor sets, which is literally like the old school like 300 like Spartan like set of armor, was like you have to go online and join a clan, and then that clan's got to go into a playlist specifically for this clan, and then they have to fight and do a tournament and do well, and then you get the armor. And it's like, no, I just want to play Halo.
Right. Well, that's only for the super hardcore people. You know, you got to give them something.
I missed the deadline, unfortunately.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
So
we got a few shout-outs we got to make before we get out of here.
Yeah, of course.
I just want to shout out a few friends. There's obviously not enough. I want to shout out my friend Carter. She's been a big support. My friend Amanda, a big support. Nicole's been a big support. Liam's been a big support. John, our cameraman, you're a big support.
Thank you, John.
Ryan, our engineer.
Ryan, we love you.
Obviously, and by the way, these are in no particular order.
We just typed.
Absolutely. Cousin Brucey for giving me his support.
Thank you, Bruce,
My
man.
mom and dad obviously have been supporting me in everything I do, good or bad.
Carol and Peter.
Absolutely. Garrett's been my big support. He's been on our Facebook like crazy. And everybody who's listening on Instagram Live right now, I'm really, I love all of you guys. And our journey through this has been so fun.
Yeah, thanks for tuning
I
in.
really love this. Now, you got a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, so my thing is, first I want to shout out Tony. Thanks for doing the artwork, man, and thanks for being a constant supporter. You've been doing that for years for me, so I'm glad that you're spreading the wealth. To my family, Mom, Cheryl, Dad, and Lane, really appreciate you guys dealing with me every day and being supportive. Colton, to my tail fin. To all my social media fans, Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, Twitter, occasionally Tumblr. Thank you for your support. I mean, one of my songs got 60,000 plays the other day.
I saw that.
And
Congratulations.
it blew me out of the water. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I want to say, for both of us, really, thank you, Strong Island TV and Paradise Studios
for giving us this
platform. We have a platform to do what we love, and it's really appreciated. All the friends that we've got, all my friends, I'm not going to list because I don't want to prioritize. But you know who you are. You've been very supportive, and I really, for the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. And finally, myself for dealing with him. So thank you, me.
You're under contract for the next 8 minutes, so you can't say stuff like that.
So so this is it.
Home.
We really want to thank you guys for the support.
Yeah.
This was fun to do, and we're really looking forward to we're trying to do something like we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nirvana
awesome.
Long Island podcast we're gonna do. So if you want to catch us, we'll be on there. But in terms of TV, this is it, man.
I think this is going to be it. So, thank you guys so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Hey, Bobby.
This is Bobby as a producer.
Yeah, this is the guy who gave us this spot in the first place. So, what's going on?
What are you guys doing, man?
Yeah, we're all right.
You having fun?
Yeah. So, for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. So I was thinking, you guys want to do another 12 weeks?
Yeah.
Season 2!
Yes! All right, and that'll do
100
it.
years Nirvana LI!
Oh, dude, Bobby, thank you.
We're so excited.
This is so
we
sick.
are going to be doing a second season, and the podcast we just talked about is going to line up with this season.
Absolutely.
We're really excited about it. So get ready.
Yes,
July 23rd.
Put it in your calendars. You were going to say June 23rd?
Yeah, that already passed.
Unless you have a time machine. So go put July 23rd in your calendars. Nirvana's coming back, baby! Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Colton Murray.
I'm Marlon.
And we out.
We
Goodbye.
see you next season. Goodbye.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to tune in next week, Tuesday at 10. Also, go on our Facebook page at NERDVANA LI. There you can recommend topics for the show, or just tell us how we did. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Video Game Trading Post, Hudson Valley CBD, and Mission Nutrition. Tune in next week. Good night.